Come on. Try. Jay, okay, right. So let's have a look here. This is the one tee shot on 2. To be honest, the first couple of swings on 1 were exactly like this, just with an iron instead of the driver. So this particular one, the shoulder alignment is actually better down the left because obviously there's trouble down the right there. So that shoulder alignment is pretty good. But the feet alignment doesn't match. So, you know, for you to create your lines consistently is quite difficult. So we're going to kind of neaten that up. So the swing itself, you know, we don't have a lot of issues there. Maybe create a bit of width in the long term, but yeah, there's not much issues here with this golf swing. Okay, but you can see around about here, okay, watch your head and how it starts leaning already. So there you can see it start leaning already. Okay, and then there's a change in spine angle. Change your direction pretty good, trying to get the club on plane. You are flattening it out on the way down, so that's cool. Okay, but because of that lean and that change of angle, obviously we just get the body position slightly out. And then this one here actually came out the heel. That's why that face closed down so much. That's way too much. But, you know, probably a good thing in a lot of ways, because otherwise that ball would have gone a bit right. Okay, so you can see that entry there. You know, if you can see you're going to hit out the heel, and if you hadn't, you can see where the face is. So that's going to go in the water. Okay, so we're going to neaten that club face and that delivery up, but the only way we're going to do that is if we learn how to not lean, change the spine angle, and then release the golf club. Obviously, if you lean, you can't really release it. So it's learning to shift weight by keeping your angles and then just release that club a little wider, a little earlier. Okay, so you should see it a little bit better here from this angle. Okay, so setup and stuff all good. We're happy with that. Okay, I want you to think and concentrate sort of on this angle. Okay, that sort of controls the width and the low point and the angle of attack of our swing arc. So from the other down the line, you swing on plane, but your swing arc is still a little bit inconsistent with this move that we're talking about. All right, so here we go. So you can see the head start to lean already. I think that's where we can actually start and focus the energy. But now watch what happens to the spine angle. Okay, so that's changed quite dramatically there. Okay, so now you kind of have to just hit down and hope for the best, because you can't lean back because you'll hit it fat. Actually goes a little bit more there. So we want to be able to shift weight and still maintain that angle if we can. Well, we definitely can. We just got to learn how to do it. Okay, and from there, the leg drive, everything quite good. You can see now how you've got ahead of it and you're trying to shallow it out, but you can't. This one you've released a little bit better, I have to say. But even though you've released it, look how big that divot is because of the change of angle. Okay, so I've got Adam Scott here, so I just want to show you. Okay, so there's the original spine angle. Okay, and then, oh, sorry, that's the camera moving. Right, so there's the original spine angle. Right, so watch how he maintains it through the swing. Okay, same angle, hasn't changed it. Now watch when he shifts weight. Okay, if anything, and a lot of good players do this, if anything, there's a slight increase, even with an iron. If anything, there's a slight increase in the back tilt. Okay, we can't go this way and steepen and narrow that plane. Hey mate, thanks for a great day, lovely to meet you and play some golf. Okay, so we can see in those videos, and obviously I explained to you when I was with you there, we're kind of happy with the setup and everything. Alright, but once we get round about here, we can see the head start to tilt over, okay, and then we get this loss of spine angle there, and now we're a little bit ahead of the ball. Okay, no matter what the swing plane is, okay, doesn't matter what you change in the plane, your angle of attack is always going to be steep, and then you try and hit the head of the ball to compensate for that, and then obviously we can't release it, right? So it all works step by step. So we've just got to learn how to load, maybe let your head turn a little bit. Okay, we're going to learn how to load on that right leg without changing the spine angle. Okay, and then as we shift, there's no change in spine angle. Okay, and now we've got all the time and the space in the world, okay, to fire and release that golf club, okay, over and over again. Alright, from there it got better, okay, and especially with the driver. From there, I think really work harder trying to take shallower divots just in general. So don't find yourself taking such aggressive divots, okay? There were a couple where you're starting to load better, but you're still so used to hitting down on that golf ball. Okay, just try and shallow those divots out. Okay, just kind of kiss the ground. Make sure you're releasing and everything's kind of keeps moving. Okay, rather than stalling and hitting at that golf ball. Alright, putting short game, all that I'm happy for now. Alright, then we go into a little bit of alignment. Now obviously it comes down to what you've been doing. Okay, we generally tend to aim a little bit open. Okay, so get everything nice and square, level out. Okay, and then you can start releasing that ball should start coming out on line. Okay, if you are going to open up, okay, still release the club in that right shoulder goes a touch low. Okay, and you do that kind of power fade, Colin Morikawa release. Okay. Sorry, one more thing to add to that, buddy. Alright, we're going to talk about these wedges a little bit. And really getting as neat as possible with these wedges. And a little bit to do with your setup, but just to do with a bit of face rotation. Okay, so make sure we don't set the face in open. Obviously we're not going to lean, come down and flick the face over. So I want you to do some draws, and a great warm-up draw to have your feet kind of quite narrow. Obviously get that face as square as possible. Just feel like it's a bit shut going back. Okay, if it gets shut, we'll stop it before, right? But it just mustn't sort of open up, right? So get it shut going back. Okay? Use a nice body action and then hold it square going through. Okay, so a little bit shut, and then a little bit square. Okay, and they should come out sort of quite straight and quite neutral, and that's really what you're after. Okay?